I'm going to give an example using the ultramarine blue, the orange hue, and white. And then the second example will be viridian with white and a little Naples yellow. So we're looking at this area here and this area in here. All right, let's start. By the way, this is my favorite brush of all time. I love this size. You can see it's just about like this. And this is my favorite size of palette knife, fan brush, a larger brush, and some small flats. These are basically called filberts because they are round this way. All right, here we go. So I'm going to take some of the viridian and white and a little bit more white. And if I brought that across, if I add a little yellow to it, where the sun is hitting, I'm adding a little Naples yellow and white where the sun is hitting this way. As the water builds in the wave, like this, I add even a little bit more white for the tail. And then I add a little bit more of this viridian color down in here. I can add a little ultramarine. Behind the wave. And then the wave itself. The wave comes up to the top and it falls. There's a shadow beneath the wave. A little bit of ultramarine in there. And a little bit of sun hitting the top of the wave. A little bit of spit at the top of the wave. And the water would come on into the shoreline. There's the white water. All right, that gives you an idea of the viridian with Naples yellow and white. All right, I wipe off my brush And now we will switch to the blue, ultramarine blue and orange. Makes a nice dark color. And we will lighten it with white. All right, I take the dark shade. This is with orange, which makes it a beautiful deep blue. Now for a moment here, I'm going to add the burnt sienna to ultramarine blue so you can see the difference. With burnt sienna, that sea becomes much, much darker. All right, now as the wave approaches, we'll add white. It gets lighter because it's usually in a shallow area, and you can see the sun reflecting. Or as the wave comes up, it's not as deep, and therefore you get the reflections of the air and the sun. Here we go. Added a little bit of color there. I'm going to add more white. As it tails off. And it always has a shadow beneath the wave at the front. All right, here we go again. Let's try another shot, another way of doing this. Don't feel badly if you've made a wave that you're not happy with. Just simply paint it out and then start again. Half my life is painting it and then repainting, and it doesn't have to be the very first time that you've done it. That doesn't, you know, there are no first takes in this thing. This is a journey, not a destination. If you'll notice, the reason that there's a tail of lightness, and sometimes you'll see an extra small wave come in here, like this, just an extra little one, because it's the whole ocean is rising together, and so it's the part that's the highest that's tipping over. But there may be other little areas, just because of the structure of the mountains underneath the ocean, that are higher than one another. And so there could be several small waves in addition to the large wave. The main thing is that as the wave approaches the top, it gets lighter. And again, this lesson is basically on colors and what it's all about.